All right, so welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight for this just little gathering. It's been a while since I did an online class and gathering. So with winter now upon us, I just was divinely guided to start to put together some little online classes, because who wants to go out in the evenings? So, and because I'm recording tonight as well, and I'll send it out to you, you can all watch it again in your own time. So just let's hope tonight goes really smoothly. All right, so I just wanted to start to introduce my little bloom tray technique and what we're going to be doing tonight in this little 1-hour class, and how it all came about for me and my journey with it. Some of you may already know about my little bloom tray practice and technique, but for everyone who hasn't, this little tray technique was something that organically evolved many years ago, out of sheer desperation to be able to have some peace and alone time and in my life, in my house, when you've got a busy family and young kids and things going on all the time. It was really hard sometimes to create just some alone time and to be able to, well, let's be honest, to heal my body, because back then I was really struggling with a lot of adrenal fatigue, chronic fatigue, pain in my body. And it spent me a long time to try and really heal that. And getting out of my head and creating some calm and peace in my body was just, I didn't realize how essential that was. That mind-body connection was just so important. You know, back then I was living in my head all the time and completely disconnected from my body, my feelings, my heart. A lot of my intuition I had been not been able to feel it, not wanting to feel it or connect to it, due to things that were going on in my life. And it eventually showed up as pain in my body and fatigue in my body, because the human body is basically not designed to live like that, live in our head, thinking, just worrying about everybody else. Because now I know I identify as being an empath, or what I call an earth angel, and I had vows to self-sacrifice and to be just, helping, fixing and rescuing everybody else. It was really hard for me to prioritize time for myself. I felt really selfish and guilty a lot of the time. And so it wasn't until I hit my real rock bottom and I found myself in Al-Anon groups, which is a 12-step program. Al-Anon groups for loved ones and family who of alcoholics, people with drinking. They introduced to me this little concept of letting go and letting God, and to prioritize time for me. Now, I remember back then my sponsor telling me, "What have you done for yourself today, Alison? What have you done for yourself today?" And I was just like, "Are you frigging kidding me? I can't even think about doing anything for myself when there's so much like chaos and anxiety and worry all the time." And so it eventually took a toll on my nervous system, because our body is designed with a sympathetic nervous system and a parasympathetic nervous system. And if we're in our sympathetic nervous system all the time, which is go, 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 flooding our body with cortisol and adrenaline, it is really pulling our body out of balance. It's, tightening our muscles. All this cortisol and adrenaline switches off our stomach. It puts us in fight and flight. It puts us in survival mode. And then it literally just can cause so much adrenal fatigue and chronic fatigue. And so back then, I remember having to start I remember in the afternoons when my children were really young, one was at school and my other one had an afternoon nap. And I would sit down and, I don't know, try and watch some TV and maybe have something to eat. But every commercial break, I would like jump up and do something, you know, put washing on or tidy this and tidy that. I just literally couldn't sit still. And back then in Al-Anon, I got my first book, which was Courage to Change. It's this little book that has every single day of the year a different little page to read on things that would help support me. And I remember just having that book in front of me on our coffee table, and I literally just had to force myself to pick it up and just read just one page of that. And it literally was probably like a minute or two I could handle before I had to, like, you know, I couldn't sit still anymore. I just had to like go and do something else. And so little bit by little bit, I started to understand that my nervous system, my vagus nerve, my parasympathetic nervous system never, ever, ever got to rest and digest. And that's what I actually needed to start to do, and to try to carve out things. So it was born from just a little tray that I used to like normally have like a cup of tea or coffee or my water and my Al-Anon book on it. And I used to just read a passage. And then it's like evolved from there, because to get out of my head, I've learned over the years that you need to get into your other 5 senses, your smell, your body, your hearing, your taste, okay? Because it's really, really hard just to go straight into meditation or listen to a meditation or do something if we're not activating the chi in our body or getting into our other 5 senses. So I remember I used to love going down the beach, and I used to collect shells, and sometimes I'd bring them home, and I'd put that on my tray. It just started from things like a shell that I would just get so much pleasure from back then, or a flower from my garden, something a frangipani flower, or have hibiscus flowers, just something like that just I could smell, and it gave me so much pleasure. And I used to just like put them on my tray. I didn't even know what I was doing back then. And then slowly, I obviously got guided to learn the healing modalities that I do now, which is kinesiology and EFT and all these other things. So slowly, my tray has been now filled up with just tools and techniques that I can use quickly every single day to just support my body. So it's really, really important that I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you through some of the little things that I do. And if anyone's got their own little tray already started, or if they've got their own little essences or flower essences, you know, I really encourage you can use these yourself. But if you don't, watching me tonight and just following this video, and then energetically, I'm going to be sending it to you all as well, what I do. So hopefully you're going to be in this bubble of beautiful energy as well, and you can follow along with some of the tapping stuff and qigong massage and everything else I do, so you get to experience it. All right, so let's start. All right, so the first thing I like to do is I have a little candle. And the first thing I do when I have my morning cup of tea or my afternoon cup of tea, or any time during the day, I just take my tray to where I want to sit, on the lounge, in the garden, on my bed. You know, if I can't make it down the beach, sometimes I stuff a few things in a bag and go down the beach or go in the garden. But what I do is I have it, you know, just a simple tray with you can have a few simple things on it. But for me these days, I like to just start by lighting a tiny little tea light candle, just to welcome in the light, just to be able to connect to the light. It's a symbolic thing for me to just start creating this very, very sacred, precious me time. And even if it's for 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be long or an hour, but the more you do this, trust me, the more your body will love it and you'll want to be doing it more often. All right, so we're just connecting to the light. The next thing I want to do is clear my sacred energy, my sacred space, my energy field. And a couple of ways that I love to do this, in the beginning when I didn't have anything, I used to just use a simple feather. And I used to just clear my energy like that, and I could instantly start to feel just lighter as I cleared negative energy with the intention of just clearing stress. If you've been, discussing challenging things or negative things, or if you've had an argument with someone, or the kids have had an argument with someone, your house, your room, your aura could be still carrying the residue of these kind of things. And then I moved on to using things like beautiful flower essence mists. Many of you probably know I use a lot of Tribe of the Tree flower essences. They come in mists and flower essence drops. So this one is beautiful Connection Creator. So I'll just give myself a simple spray, Connection Creator. And it just smells really beautiful, and it instantly gets me out of my head and into my senses. I can smell this beautiful smell. And Connection Creator is really good for helping you disconnect from others and just to connect into you, and then connect into your higher self, connecting into your intuition, connecting into the light within you. And then there's other ones that, Beautiful Perfect Potion have them. This one's a beautiful Happy and Calm one. So I just give myself a beautiful spray with whatever I have at the time. And then obviously another great thing to be able to just cleanse your energy, or cleanse the energy in your room or your house. You can also use beautiful oil diffusers, essential oil diffusers, like the one I have behind me. And I also have a little crystal light that just helps diffuse and just clear the energy. But you can use simple things like just incense, and just burn some incense. And then I love these little cones as well. This is a little frankincense incense cone that I will just light, put it on my tray. I'm not going to light it right now because I like to have a window open when I light it. So just simple things: light a candle, use a spray. If you have a little bit of incense or some sage or some Palo Santo, give that a beautiful, zhuzhing of your energy. And then what I love, which I know many of you probably have, is some essential oils. And lemongrass is one of my favorite essential oils, or also a beautiful balance or a grounding oil. So then I'll just put some on my hand. So simple. And I'm just going to just wave it, just breathe it in. And again, it gets you out of your head into your senses, into your smell and your touch. And lemongrass is beautiful for clearing negative energy in your head, your home, your life. So I just do that. And then the next thing I love to do, really simply, is start to ground myself in my body. All right, so many of you might notice that if you were to tune into your body right now, you may not feel very connected to your body, and your life force energy and your chi in your meridians, they need to be flowing and activating for you to be able to power up and switch back on. So after I've done that, I just give myself a beautiful like meridian massage. Okay, I love to start with bladder, the end of the bladder channel here, right in the eyebrows. I just give them a beautiful massage, and you might like to try that as well. And just taking a few slow, deep breaths as you do it. They might feel quite sore. If they're sore, you can lightly tap them or give them a really good rub. That's stagnant energy that needs shifting in your bladder channel. And bladder channel is the longest channel in the body, and it runs right round over your head, down your back, down the back of your buttocks, down the back of your thighs and calves, right down to your little toe. And bladder is all about control, lack of control. And this is a beautiful one to start with, because a part of what I'm going to be teaching you today is how to really start to let go and open up your energy centers and open up to receive. And then I like to rub the outside of my eyes here, my temples. This is the gallbladder channel. Gallbladder. It's to do with frustration, indecision, resentment. And then I like to tap under my nose. This is the top, this is the end of the governing vessel, your consciousness point. And then I tap on my chin, the central vessel. Just getting all this chi flowing in my meridians. And then I love to come around to my back of my head and give all that a good rub and a massage, because a lot of the meridians run around your head. So we just rub into the back of your neck there, where your spine connects to your head. Just give that a massive big rub. Back in the day when I had fibromyalgia, I used to have chronic pain in the back of my neck here all the time, running straight down my spine to my tailbone. Talk about someone who supports everyone else and then doesn't allow people to support them, or doesn't trust people to support them. It will show up in your spine, because your spine is what supports your body. And then just holding the top of your head. This is like a plug. This is just like, okay, no more thinking, no more things, no more outside influences coming in. Just holding that point. I'm just taking a few slow, deep breaths and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And with every breath out, just breathing out all stress and tension from your body. And then I come down. Let's start working into the lung points. Let's give these a good rub right into your shoulder blades in here. This is the end of the lung meridian. That might feel sore. How good does that feel? This is all blocked lymphatics. Give that a good rub. And then I rub down my hands to my thumb. This is the end of the lung meridian. First finger, end of the large intestine, middle finger, end of the pericardium meridian, end, this ring finger, the end of the small intestine, and then the little fingers, the end of the heart meridian. Give them good squeezes to get that chi flowing, and then rubbing down here. Let's tap our armpits. That's the heart meridian in there, right from here down here to our little fingers. Let's just rub all that, rubbing down our arms like that. How good does that feel? Get all that chi flowing, that stagnant energy. And then let's do the same on this side, rubbing down here to our thumb, squeezing that into our first finger, squeezing that, massaging, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, heart, and then all the way down here, tapping this side. That heart open, connecting to our heart, that poor little heart that gets neglected and shut down because we live in our head all the time, or we're just so worried about what everyone else is doing and thinking all the time. So just giving that a really, really good rub. Tap, 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 tap. This is also the kidney meridian that runs down here, which is all to do with fear and anxiety. Let's release all the fear and anxiety from our heart. Let's release all the fear, anxiety from our heart and our kidney meridian. Rubbing down here now under our breasts, that's liver. Sometimes that's really sore in between your ribs. Give that a good rubbing. And then now we're going to rub down in between, into our thighs, middle of, in between our legs, knees. Let's just give our knees a great big circling with our hands, and the insides, spleen and liver. Give it a great rub, and then down your calf, down your hamstrings, your shins, and just tapping. And then let's tap our buttocks. All right, and just shake it off. Whew. All right, so coming back into our body. So I would actually do this, okay? I would do it. It can take you like 3 minutes. It doesn't take that long to just activate all the blocked chi in your body that's flowing to all your organs. If you want your physical body to be well and your organs to operate, your liver, your stomach, your adrenals, your kidneys, your lungs, your heart, you've got to activate the chi and the life force energy and get it powering back up. And I tell you what, if you're tired, if you've got adrenal fatigue, if you're just tired and sluggish, you can do this any time of the day. All right. Whew. So how's that all feeling? Let me just check the time. All right. So now just settling into your body. Just want you to imagine just bringing your conscious awareness. Now, hopefully it's out of your head and in your body more. And we're just going to take a few slow, deep breaths, just breathing in and breathing out. And we're going to start now by doing just some little guided meditation and some breath work to help really come into our heart and really start to calm our vagus nerve. And switching into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest, relaxing and restoring. So this vagus nerve that I mentioned is one of the longest nerves in the body, and it runs from the brain down our necks. This is why we get very sore here, down through our heart and into our stomach. So it's literally when you feel stressed and anxious, this is why our stomach, we get butterflies in our stomach. And it's really bad for the physical body when our vagus nerve is constantly like stimulated. I mean, not stimulated. It's all uptight. All right, so I just want you to take a few slow, deep breaths, just breathing in and breathing out. And just breathing in and breathing out. And to connect more into our hearts using sound and vibration and humming, which is really good for stimulating that vagus nerve to switch on and our parasympathetic nervous system. We're going to just gently chant the word yum. Yum in Sanskrit is the word for the heart chakra. So we're just going to slowly experience as well the healing of sound and chanting. So we're just going to take one more deep breath in and breathing out. And we're going to chant yum. 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 Now I just gently want you to notice how that feels in your body. Just notice what you feel, sense, or see. Just noticing how that feels in your heart. Just noticing how open or closed does your heart feel. And if it feels still really tight and restricted, just can gently yum a few more times to yourself, or even just placing your hand on your heart, sending love into your body and into your heart. Yum. Yum. And I now just want you to imagine if you were a bathtub and you had not pulled the plug out of the bathtub for quite a while. I just want you to imagine your body is like a bathtub. And with every breath out, I just want you to imagine breathing out all negative energy, stress, and worry from your body down your body, down into your legs and out the bottom of your feet. And I just want you to imagine pulling the plug on a bathtub and just allowing your body to gently release all negative energy. And let it all drain out the bottom of your feet into the earth. Not just your stress and negative energy, but anybody else's as well that you've been carrying, feeling, and absorbing. I just want you to imagine it all draining down the plug hole into the earth. And then I just want you to imagine using a beautiful citrus oil or a citrus cleansing spray that's now flowing down from above and just cleansing you and the bathtub. And again, if you have any essential oils or anything, just breathing it in and just cleansing all negative energy from your body. Or just imagine that you're like a bathtub. And you're applying or spraying this beautiful cleansing energy, wiping away the past things that have happened, that have left a residue on you. And then I just want you to imagine above your head is just a tap that is now going to turn on and pour beautiful, fresh, clean water over you, into you, and through you. And it is now cleansing the bathtub, cleansing you from the inside out. And all that water is now just flowing through you and out the bottom of your feet, down the plug hole into the earth. So you just become this beautiful open vessel. Just imagine being a bathtub with all this beautiful water just pouring down from above. This beautiful cleansing, crystal clear water. It's just pouring down over your head, into your body, just cleansing every cell in your body, just cleansing every organ, every meridian, just cleansing all thoughts and beliefs that no longer are serving you for your highest good. Just breathing and receiving. And we also are now going to bring in the concept of a parigraha, which is a beautiful Sanskrit term, which means non-attachment, non-grasping. Just let go everything that needs to go and be welcoming in all that needs to come in from the light, from the divine, from your higher self. You may even just want to open the palms of your hands as we do this. Surrendering and offering over to a power greater than you everything that you've been struggling with, Imagine just offering it all over now and handing it over to your angels and guides, or a beautiful, loving power greater than you that loves you unconditionally, that loves you more than you could even imagine. And that your human body is just like the little Monopoly game piece down here on earth that your soul and your angels helped create for you to experience this earthly life at this time. But many of us become disconnected and try to run around earth from our little human self, our little Monopoly game piece. And it's really time now for us to take a step back and to allow this much higher wisdom and energy and guidance to come into us and through us. But we must be now open, really, really open. And I know for many of us it can be really hard to receive. And this was me as well a long time ago. I felt so guilty and selfish, being happy, putting myself first, making myself a priority. And my body had to finally let me know. It was what shaking me to awaken me. That your body is just an extension of you and it wants to feel good. It just wants to feel good. But unfortunately, when we live in our head, our ego, our inner critic always has something to say about that. All right. Okay, so just coming back now, opening your eyes. Just noticing how that feels in your body. Just to be this open vessel. And this is where I would then now use my oracle cards. Now that I am connected, I'm out of my head, I feel cleansed energetically. I will now then use my oracle cards for wisdom of what do I need to know today. And I completely get out of my head and ask the divine or my angels or my spirit team who know me and are trying to navigate me around this earthly life. You know, our guides are just always trying to get messages through to us like, Alison, go left. And I'm like, I've got to stay here. I can't do that. And so it's like, oh, for goodness sake, how are we going to get these messages through to our little human down there who's like trying to do it all herself? She doesn't like receiving help. She doesn't like to be a burden, like all these things. So I hope that resonates with you. So what I do is then I just pull some cards and ask what messages I need to know. And I've pulled a card already for today. I'm going to pull another card, but I've already pulled a beautiful card today for the group collective of what we were doing. And I've collected many, many oracle cards over the years, and you know, you start off with just one and then they're just so beautiful, you gather many. And again, you can just start off wherever you choose. Sometimes even if you don't have an oracle card, I've just used books. You know, the Louise Hay book, You Can Heal Your Life, was the second book that took over from my Al-Anon book on my table, my Courage to Change book. And I'm sure maybe a lot of you know this book. Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. So even if you just have a book, what message do I need to know today? Just hold it to your heart and then just open the book to a page and just read that. And isn't that funny? I've opened it at the page about Louise Hay has a lot of different things about different aspects of your body and health. I've opened it to the page on arms and hands. How crazy is that? It's like, yes, angels, I get it. We need to be opening our arms and hands to receive. And it's like, this is how I just started. I was like, oh my God, that's so crazy that message is now being given to me again. Or it's just like, it's just things like that I never had anybody in my life other than when I went to Al-Anon meetings back then, giving me this wisdom and this love and everything. I didn't have anybody, so you have to forge these things by yourself. It took me, I've been alone doing this stuff, and many, many people feel alone, that they're the, other people in their family and friends don't, do this stuff, or they think it's really woo-woo and stuff like that. But for me, it was the only thing that brought me joy. One of the only things. Half an hour, 20 minutes, pulling some cards, sniffing some flower essences, even the drops that I have, I forgot to mention those before. Some of the flower essences that you just put in water and drink, everything to shift my energy and vibration I have on my tray. So the hands, everyone here, this message is for you all, that you have to start opening your hands, unclenching them from everything, and just allowing yourself to receive support, receive help. And this is coming from the universe. This is coming from your angels and guides. This is, for me, asking for help from another human was so hard. But asking to receive from like your angels or guides was just so much easier. And then things start showing up. They just start showing up. It's like someone offers you something, or this new information comes to you. As they bring you the information. So the other card that I've pulled for everyone today who's on this call is from the beautiful Rebecca Campbell cards. This is her latest cards out, the Rose. I don't know if you can see that. And of course, I love everything to do with flowers. So I love this deck. But the card that I pulled as well today, which everything is just truly, beautiful and synchronistic, is this card. And it says, come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance, desires. So again, today's beautiful class and message is all about just letting go and being open to receive. And so what I would then do is go, oh, wow, that's an interesting message. What does that mean to me? I would read the message in the book as well. And then I would get my little journal out and just write a few things about the message that I've got. And it doesn't have to be long, but it helps ground it in. Writing down, what your heart feels, what your body feels, what comes up for you when you hear this message. Why is it so hard for you to receive? Why is it so hard for you to let good things in? And really just start to explore with yourself, your body, your inner child, just exploring this. And just doing this every day has just helped and shift my energy and vibration so much to be able to just feel so much better, and to be kind of this self-mastery of my own energy and my own life a lot of the time. So I might just read this card. So feel free, if anyone's got a journal there, just take a minute to journal any wisdom or anything that's coming up for you around your ability to receive and how comfortable or uncomfortable that is to your body, not your head. This is the big thing. Don't ask your head, ask your body what it feels about the topics that come up in the cards. And as you do that, I'll just read the little message. Attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. Have you ever noticed how in summer, when the roses are at their fullest and their scent is hanging in the air, bees and other pollinators suddenly appear? Pollination happens when pollen from one plant mixes with pollen from another, or is transferred from the stigma of one flower to the stigma of another. Roses don't go running all over the place, reaching and grabbing. Rather, they rely on the bees to come to them. The rose is never reaching for the bee. It's never grasping or overstretching. It embraces what it is fully and allows life to come to it. It receives it fully. It doesn't open and close according to who walks by. It opens and blooms regardless. This card is about receiving abundance. It's an invitation to receive the sweetness of your life, to embrace the magnificence of who you are, and also to open yourself up to the possibility of receiving what you yearn for deeply. To be clear on what you desire. To trust that all that's meant for you wants to come. To state your desires out loud and let your yearnings be known. Don't reach or grasp. Don't strive, control, or manipulate. That will leave you exhausted. This card delivers the message that true, sustainable abundance is coming. Connect with your true self. Be unashamed of what you desire. And when it comes, relish and receive every minute of it. And so there's a couple of questions there as well that we can journal about. To ask yourself, what do you desire? What are you ready to open yourself up to receive? And how can you attract just like a flower? I just love this message, and it's something that I teach many of my clients, and many of you have probably maybe have received this message and heard this from me as well. But reaching and grasping for things, we could be working 24/7, 7 days a week towards our goal, but still not getting anywhere. A lot of the time, it's because our energy and vibration of stress and struggle is blocking our natural, things coming in. All right, so I hope you all like that message. And sometimes I pull 3 cards if I've got the time. I'll just pull 3 cards. But for tonight, I'm going to pull one more card for us all. This is from the Self-Love Affirmation deck. This one here, you probably can't see it. It's beautiful self-love affirmations. These are really beautiful and cute just to pull a card. And again, this is all about just keeping it simple, And I know that we've done a whole hour today, but I hope you can see just how by having a tray with a few little things on it just can really help you have that special sacred alone time for your body to connect into you and to clear away, disconnect from everyone else and support yourself. All right, so let's just pull one more card for everyone today for the collective. All right. Okay, so got this beautiful card and I'll read it to you. It says, I am courageous. I am bold and brave as I move forward through life, even when it scares me. There is no mountain too high for me to conquer. Courage and strength arise and protect me when I am met with a challenge. I am powerful and my spirit is unbreakable. How does that sound to everyone? I am courageous. I tell you what, it takes a lot of courage every single day just to get out of bed sometimes. You know, brush your teeth, put on some clothes. I know back in the day when I had fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue for 7 years, took a lot of courage to keep going, dealing with adversity, dealing with challenges, things that I was powerless over. And I know that you all have this in, you know, your own set of things that you feel powerless over. And we are powerless over other people, places, and things. But what we do have power over is our own choices, our own actions, and where we choose to put our precious time, energy, thoughts every single day. And even by doing these kind of rituals for 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, you are starting to turn around the steaming train, the speeding train that has been speeding down the track one way, to slow it down and start to create a new energy for yourself. And it is so powerful. Trust me, I would not be here today healing my body, overcoming massive challenges in my life. This was the only thing that kept me going a lot of the time. This was the only thing. And I know that you all probably have your other things, which is beautiful. But if this has just helped you at all today, just to really, really create something, just something special for you, just a tray, just put a couple of little things on it, one book, a flower, just get one little essential oil or flower essence, just to be able to shift your energy and raise your energy and vibration. Give yourself a massage. You know, all these things I had to learn on a very, very small budget. Didn't have the money to go out and spend money on, you know, a lot of things. That's why I used, you know, inspired to use simple things and learn simple techniques. All right. And, you know, as you go along, we can, you know, we'll be doing some more classes. Hopefully, if you have enjoyed these things, then I'll teach you other things like, you know, sometimes I use my crystal pendulum. Okay, which essential oil do I need today? Which flower essence do I need today? Which deck of cards do I need to use today? This is all brilliant to get you out of your head and ask your higher self to guide you. I need this, I need that. And I hope you found it fun. I hope you found it really, really fun tonight. All right, so let me see. I think it's right on time. So what I might do is try and stop this. recording. I don't know if I can stop that. I might just try to unmute you. Oh. If anyone wants to unmute themselves and say anything or has any questions, please feel free to do so. If not, you know, again, journaling, just sit with these things and take a few minutes to journal. You know, these are just beautiful, simple things that you could do. But if there's anyone who wants to unmute themselves and ask some questions, you are welcome to. If not, we can just wrap up. Karen, do you want to say anything?
I don't have any questions, but that was just what I needed today.
Really?
Yes, I had a bit of a crappy weekend. It was just, and I only found your email in my junk mail, so I was meant to find it.
I know, I was so afraid that was going to happen. I was just so afraid that was going to happen.
Yeah, well, I never look in there, so it was meant to be.
Thank you, angels, for tapping Karen on the head to look at
Yes.
the folder.
Yeah, and that was really nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Well, I will let you all go. Thank you for joining me, and I will send the recordings out to you tomorrow, and we'll let you know. I'll probably do some monthly classes and let you know of if everything else, because I really want to get some more online stuff going for everybody. Yeah. If you enjoy just being able to watch some videos and stuff like that in your own time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.